full lunar eclipse update, asking you to grow in your devotion, grow in your boundaries, grow in your commitment, things coming up from the past, avoiding drama and emotions running high. There's a way to hold the course, and it's going with the flow. I'll tell you all about it. Hi, Prema Gurreri, Vedic astrologer, soul purpose mentor, and creative of your sacred wealth code. Eclipse day, full lunar eclipse, second full moon of the month, makes it a blue moon. They're calling it a blood moon too because of the proximity of the moon to the earth. It's very close. This hasn't happened in a very long time. It's a strong eclipse. And in fact, the word lunatic comes from lunar eclipse because it's a highly emotional time. Now, I'm speaking collectively on how this energy is to impact you, what you might be feeling, and for the next couple weeks to come. So this will hit you specifically in a certain area of your soul blueprint, depending on your combination of planets there. I'm speaking from Vedic astrology, looking through the sidereal zodiac, where the constellations are the same. It's the same. There's only one zodiac, but looking at it from the angle that we are looking at it from. So it is happening in Cancer in Vedic astrology, 17 degrees of Cancer. Now, those who have planets there will be more highly affected. Again, I'm going to stay collectively since I'm not working with you personally in our update today. I do give a more personalized update to my clients, and if you want to get a Sacred Wealth Code live reading or Soul Success Map reading, then we can talk about these things personally for you. But listen to the collective energy here. So eclipses are about growth. They agitate certain areas of life. Cancer and Capricorn for the next year and a half. Cancer and Capricorn have, they're opposite in the chart from one another for a certain reason too. Two distinctly different energies. This lunar eclipse is taking place in Cancer, the sign of really of home and family and devotion and the purity of love. Love in its not romantic sense, but love in the pureness of divine love, of devotion, like a mother's love. It's love that's just given, unconditional love, we can also call divine love. Also, though, it is in a particular lunar mansion or nakshatra in Vedic astrology that's called Ashlesha. And this is a little bit of a slippery place. It is a place that it's actually the entwiner. And it tends to cling on and hang on and get entangled in things, specifically emotional type things, relational. It's a devotional sign, which is also relational. And so it's really important to be aware of what it is that you are devoted to. You might think that you are devoted to, and in terms of love, home, family especially, what are you devoted to? It's really important to know because you want your devotion to be pure. It needs to be of the heart. When it's not, what happens? Well, typically drama happens. Typically heartache happens. So it's very important to understand what it is that you're devoted to, because in this lunar mansion, Ashlesha, things are not always as they appear to be. So one of the clues is to watch your attachments. Where are you feeling overly attached right now as far as what you think is your devotion or you think your love is? That's going to be a clue for you. For instance, in my Sacred Wealth Code system, the moon is the great nurturer. One of the shadow sides of the moon is the martyr. And, when you're getting entangled and devoted to something, but you're not getting and receiving back, we tend to slip into that shadow energy of the martyr. So I bring that up, just that's another key to look for. Where are you, looking for love, for instance? Where are you looking for connection and to receive back? Where are you devoted but you're not receiving back? These are places where the shadow and the eclipses actually cast a shadow on the moon, which is the consciousness, or the solar eclipse in 2 weeks on the sun, which represents the soul. Now we have this directly opposed Capricorn, which is very practical, very grounded, very down to earth. And as we started with the new moon update, which I did a couple weeks ago, which you can also catch on the blog, that started this whole cycle around being really clear about, what we're committed to and our boundaries. And so this is challenging our boundaries a bit too, as far as this eclipse goes, because it's directly aspecting it. Because you know how you can be walking along and you are on purpose, things are going really well, you are committed, you're devoted, and then something happens with someone, some drama comes up, some relational thing, or something from the past, because eclipses can bring up some things from the past, and it completely throws you off center. That's what's possible at this eclipse time. So I want you to watch for that and make sure that also what you're committed to, just like what you're devoted to, is really what you want to be committed to at this point and what you want to hold really good boundaries for yourself. I talked a little bit more about that in the new moon update, so you can check that out if you want to learn a little bit more about that. But here's the thing. It's so important for us to grow and be constantly on an evolutionary growth path. And in fact, when you're not growing, you tend to attract more drama because there is this desire for expansion and evolution within ourselves and our planet. So ask yourself the soul question for yourself. So what soul lessons are you working out around your devotion and around your desires? And the next soul question to ask yourself is, what is your soul working out around your boundaries and what you're committed to? So commitment and devotion, we need to come down to the purity of it. If you're committed to your purposeful path, that's awesome. If you are devoted to the purity of divine love, the purity of unconditional love is the other way I can say that. Beautiful. That doesn't mean we don't have romantic love and every other kind of love. We can have all of those. But this is where we're being called to grow and where your soul wants you to expand. So if you have things and people coming up from the past in the next couple of weeks, or already have, emotions are high. Emotions will be high for people, especially who are highly affected by this eclipse. So give people a wide berth, practice your devotion to the essence of pure, devotional, unconditional love, and also step out of the way and don't step into drama, okay? It's not a great time to make important decisions. Things are shadowy right now, just like dawn and dusk. You can't quite see everything. You can't see all your choices. So new things are coming in, and letting go of the things that you're really being called to let go of. And then once we get past the solar eclipse, which will be on February 15th, so once we get to the 16th, the 17th, then you can start looking at some more clear choices. I'll talk to you about the solar eclipse, which is just a partial, and it's got some good planets involved with it, so it's got some good light, and I don't expect it to be a really challenging solar eclipse like we had the last one we had this past summer. And I'll talk to you about that soon. If you're really wanting to know how these aspects really affect you and the change and growth you're up for, book a soul success map reading. Book a sacred wealth code live reading. You'll need a live reading to understand those aspects. So much love to you, so many blessings, and step in and be strong and open up for the growth and the change and the shift that you're being presented with. And keep your sea legs on, because the flow may not be going where you expect it to go. It doesn't mean you can't get to where you want to go. You just might need to take a different path. All right. Much love.